bathroom floor staring at the test for almost 20 minutes before I could say anything. I need to keep this quiet for now, I told him. I had 2 miscarriages no one knew about. I want to wait until 12 weeks, please. He nodded. He held my hands. He said, of course, whatever you need. 10 minutes later, he was on the phone in the backyard. I could see him through the sliding door, pacing and laughing with his beer in his hand. I cracked the door open. He was telling our neighbor Felix. Then he hung up and immediately called his friend Roland. I stood in the doorway with my arms crossed until he saw me. He pointed at the phone, mouthed 1 minute, and kept talking. When he came inside, I asked who else he had called. Just the guys. Why are you making this weird? I asked you to keep it private. Felix and Roland are not people. They are my best friends. You're being controlling about something we're supposed to celebrate. Over the next 3 days, he told his parents, his sister Marlena, his boss, his barber, the woman who walks our dog, and the entire group chat from his fantasy football league. I found out about most of them only when those people texted me directly. Felix's wife sent a heart emoji. The dog walker left a card on the porch. My mother-in-law called 4 times before noon on a Tuesday asking what I was eating. The pharmacist filling my prenatal vitamins congratulated me by name. When I asked him to please stop telling people, he laughed. You're spiraling. You have a victim mindset. Every time something good happens, you make it about your own anxiety. I started keeping a list in my phone of who knew. By week 8, it was 31 people. I had told 2 of them. Then the bleeding started at 9.5 weeks. I sat in the ultrasound room by myself because he had a meeting he couldn't move. The technician was kind and quiet. I drove home and got into bed without taking off my shoes. He came home 4 hours later and sat on the edge of the mattress. Babe, I know this is hard, but I need you to understand something. I already told everyone. I'm going to have to walk this back to all of them, and that's humiliating for me. Can you at least try to think about how this affects me? I stopped talking to him for 2 days. On the 3rd day, his sister Marlena came over. She brought soup. She sat at the foot of the bed and told me she was sorry. Then she said, can I show you something? I think you should see it before you decide anything. She pulled out her phone and opened a group chat called Family Updates. It had 38 members. I scrolled. The earliest message was from 14 months ago. It was a photo of one of my fertility medications on our nightstand, captioned by him, round 2, fingers crossed. There were updates after that. My cycle tracking screenshots. A photo of me asleep on the couch he had captioned, rough day for her. The first positive test we had ever gotten, the one that ended in loss at 6 weeks. He had posted that to the chat the same afternoon I'd shown it to him. The second one too, this time with a long message about what we're going through, that strangers had responded to with prayer hands. There were screenshots of my private text to him about how I was feeling. There were dates and timelines and a running tally of doctor visits. Marlena watched me scroll. I thought you knew. I assumed you wrote some of these. I told him last spring it felt strange and he said you'd approved everything. I asked her to forward me the whole chat. She did. I read it for 3 hours that night while he slept. He had narrated every appointment, every blood draw, every conversation we had on the bathroom floor. He had a follower base of relatives and church friends and coworkers who thought of him as the patient, suffering husband. When he woke up, I was sitting at the breakfast bar with my laptop and a printout of the chat. I read all of it, I said. Every message. He started to talk. I held up my hand. I'm not asking. I'm telling you what's going to happen. I moved out the next weekend. Marlena drove the truck. I had the baby 7 months later at a hospital across town. He was not on the birth certificate. He has supervised visits twice a month. He still tells people I have a victim mindset. The people who matter stopped listening a long time ago.